Warm Pacific greetings and welcome to our live coverage of the Girls Pasifika Youth Cup 2023 Amtapawala Malo. And it's been an amazing day so far for the 3-day tournament. And on the third day, final day of the tournament, and it's as you just seen there, very shortly we'll have the teams for New Zealand Maori. And just to name a few, JJ Whitcliffe, P. Whairangi Ashby, Kobe Atarau, Alaya Temeta, Madison Renee, Samu Tutafa, and Reva Ngahil, Sadie Popata, and Amy Young, just to name a few. And Niue under 14s, here's our list. E Setara Winter Satini, Kaylin Maria Tingma Tohilima, Ingilisi Siali, and Saraya Naku Tuakana, Ashaya Tauputa, O'Reilly Sam Aki, Kaiwa Lee Likutau, and Sophia Hipa. Those are just some of the names. Niue are looking to kick off for our under 14s match. It's our second game, and each game are played in 25-minute halves. And in field 2, just to acknowledge Te Hakula Tonga versus Samoa for our under 14s. And it's been exciting and exhilarating moment for me as well. For these last 3 days, it's just lovely to witness and see the atmosphere, the energy levels, and the support from the community to our young girls for this year's 2023 PYC. Very shortly, we'll hear from the ref, and we'll kick off our match very shortly. And the whistle is blown, and the kick is made. Niue kicking a little bit into the 40. Good tackle there from Niue. New Zealand Maori looking to gain yard closely up to the halfway mark. Up to the Niue 40-metre line now. New Zealand Maori looking very strongly going out wide with the numbers. Onto the 30-metre line. Niue's 30. New Zealand Maori coming up to the wide now. Coming out wide, looking to go stay in the middle on the left-hand side with the kick. Niue strongly. Good catch. Good attack there from New Zealand Maori. "22 minutes into the first half. New Zealand Maori knew it. Niue kicking the ball there. And joining me is Hone Morena Atamari.
Atamari, brother.
He ke te pai a koe.
Yeah, nui te pai, nui te ora, nui te puku.
Ai!
Thought I'd come along and join you in the commentary this
fantastic.
morning,
Yeah, I was waiting for you, mate. Now I know where you've been. Sorry there, whānau. Yeah, typical of Hone, you know. There's many of us out here are starving and they're willing to go filling his puku. But 21 minutes into the first half,
Yeah, I thought I'd come over and join you, my mate. Just really excited about these sides in this tournament here, the PYC. You know, it's creating the pathway for many of our players.
Exactly. And that's what I love about it. Getting into the Prems, getting into the professional realm. And, the boys, so far, they've always had this opportunity and support. And our one here, this is the second year into this kind of tournament. So, we've, while we're into it, while we're talking about it as the elections are coming up, so I hope they can put in more funding here. So, with more funding, this will give the gateway opportunity for our girls and to be up there with the boys.
Definitely. But we return to the action now. Niue, that's the 30-metre line there. It's 0-all, so this is a good start for them at 5 minutes gone, 25-minute halves. And New Zealand Maori have done really well in the competition and the festival so far. But Niue putting it to them. Reminding them that they're not just here to make up the numbers. They are here to compete. They are here to represent their nation. As our referee Tota indicates the howl tackle. Ran behind the play, but no one was infringed on that play.
Just earlier on, we just had our under-13s, New Zealand Māoris and Niue. Now we're with our under-14s. And yet, once again, both sides very good, come out strongly.
This player here, one to keep an eye out for. This is JJ Whitcliffe. Just come back from France over there for a rugby campaign with her school.
Right.
And now she's fronting up, turned up to the PYC. Played every game so far. As the Māoris make their way to the 40. Referee seen a knock on in there.
Yep, and there it goes. There's it. First error there, mate. Unlucky, unfortunate for New Zealand Māori.
Errors. Day 3 of the festival. And errors are starting to creep in. I've been talking to the coaches as well. A few injury here and there, but they're confident enough to carry on. As you may be aware, Whānau, in this tournament, this festival, unlimited interchanges. All 22 players from your squad can take the field every game. So there'll be plenty of rotations, plenty of position changes for girls.
Niue still keeping with the ball in hand. 18 minutes remaining in the first half. I see that here, Hone, that you've quite often, you've been here for such a long time for this PYC. And what do you reckon so far from the previous year?
This being the second PYC for the Girls Festival, you can really see that the nations are starting to build and their development has started to come into play. And you see that in the way that each side has a wrestle in the matches.
Right.
You know, I recall last year that the girls used to make a tackle and quickly release the tackle. This year they're pushing the limits. They're checking back to the referee, indicate to me when to roll off the tackle, whatnot.
And then I've seen that from day one as well, the determination with these girls are, being cautious with the tackles. And I've seen that, and win or lose too, what I've seen, the passion and determination that these girls, how they just continue on. New Zealand Māori there spotted the gap.
As the New Zealand Māori do have to work out of their own end. And this is what I mean. Niue have put them under the pump. 10 minutes gone in the first half and they're still locked up in 0-all. They go back to their foundations. They hit the edges now, the Māori team. Offload, wonderful one. Looked a bit high, but no, the referee continuing with play. He may have got a call from the side, and he is going to indicate that it was a high shot, and it'll be a penalty in favour of Aotearoa.
It does look like a bit high there, Hone.
As the Maori side now make their way up the field. That's the 40 metre. In the background you can see Whetu Samoa take on Hakula Tonga. As Reve Ngahu, the captain, dropping off one of her forwards. They give to Ngahu now. She looks for Wycliffe in the back, and JJ not quite yet. This is Keely Rain Araya, the nippy number 9. They shoot back to the blind side for Aotearoa New Zealand Māori. That's Sadie Pōpata. Settling things down now is Monique Campbell. No nonsense from Campbell. Looks straight up and goes forward. Pōpata in that dummy half. Go to the left-hand side. They look for the young Araya. Pewhairangi Ashby, that is. Comes up with the knock-on. And a turnover now for Niue. But Aotearoa New Zealand Māori making a lot of metres in that set off the back of a higher shot, the penalty earlier. Forces Niue to come 10 metres out from their own half. As Niue start to make some yardage.
Ball falling backwards there for Niue.
Scooting out from dummy half, not a bad run at all. Gets 10 metres off that hit up. As Niue make it to the final. Chip, chase, they try to regather.
13 minutes remaining into the first half.
And yet again a penalty. Tauda. Not happy with the 10 metres by Niue. JJ Wycliffe picks the ball up. She goes straight ahead. Typical JJ. No nonsense football. Scoop from dummy half there from Keely Rain Araya. She picks up Sadie Pōpata. Pōpata finds the captain, Reve Ngahu. Reve, footwork, step, beats the player, scores. First try, under 14s game. Aotearoa New Zealand Māori. It's come off the back of a penalty though. And so Niue, they did complete their set before that penalty. Didn't quite get over the 50, but off the back of that penalty, Aotearoa just decided to keep going forward. Played off the ka footy, played what was in front. And the captain leading her side, Reve Ngahu, goes over for the first try. There's JJ Wycliffe. Back-to-back play of the tournament for the Māori competition. For the 13s and then the 14s this year, JJ. Still year 9 at school, but played first 15 rugby this year.
Wow.
Also a part of the Ngongotaha Chiefs. Wycliffe. Happy with the conversion, the linesman is.
And yes, that's a good kick.
Takes our score now 6-0. Aotearoa New Zealand Māori over Niue. 25 minutes halves. Three games played over 3 days.
And it is the final day there, Hone, as well, to acknowledge that very shortly. It's going to be a long day. We're going to see who's going to be in the finals. And to acknowledge on field 2 as well, the Hakula Tonga versus Whetu Samoa. and it's just been phenomenal. Just seeing, and I think yesterday our tupuna, pouring rain, is seeing the passion of our young girls from day one to today. Oh, phenomenal!
And today our tupuna are rewarding them with that passion and effort.
Yes,
as they bring out the sun.
Unlucky New Zealand Maori with the handling error there, knock on.
Referee's called it. I think it's a penalty. But I think it's in favour of Niue. Yep, he's given a penalty. The player was in front off the kick. So the receiver caught the ball and knocked it on, and the person was in front. So it's a penalty tap to Niue. Niue now. An opportunity to put some points on the scoreboard. Wrestling, taking through 2-2 to take her down. And that 9 is Sophia Hipa. This is O'Reilly, Sam Aki. Hipa in that dummy half, calling the troops around, and Skaiwalu Lukitai. They go to the opposite side though. Alia Ova'a. Two twin sisters, the Ova'a sisters. But this is Adelaia Pitau. And scooting from dummy half for Sophia Hipa. Toda, the referee calls 15 final. They come to the left side. This is O'Reilly Samaki. Shifts the ball out. Kaiwale Lukitai. And the Māoris hold them out. 15 final turnover. Niue. It was exciting times just there. As the Māori now got to work their way up, 90 metres up the field. Niue would want to stay away from penalties here. As Whitcliffe scoots from dummy half. Takes on the A defender, gets through. Goes down, but tries to continue forward. But the ref deems the tackle held. Coming out from dummy half. That's the 50-metre line. You can just see there on screen. Taken up by Briley Adams. Popata. Long ball. The defence was right in front of them. In their face defence. Good work from Niue. They forced the turnover.
Forced the turnover error, and then they're looking to add points onto the board. 8 minutes remaining into the first half.
Second tackle from Niue. They're looking for their forwards to go forward, and they get it. This is Alia Ova'a. Lukitau. She finds sister Araya. Alia's sister Araya, that is. Sophia Hipa at dummy half. Lukitau. Samaki. Shifts the ball out. They're hiding the edges now, Niue. Hipa. Sticky to the blind side. This is Sam Aki. O'Reilly Sam Aki. Massey played a ball there. I would have given a penalty if I was in the middle in favour of Niue. But the Māori hold out. This looks like Ngāmata Cullen. Settles the first tackle for the Aotearoa side. As he takes the next hit up, they reach the 30. Whitcliffe, dummies, goes, could break the line. No, the ball comes free, should be a clean turnover. Referee Toda right there. Scrum feed in favour of Niue. Fumble.
That was a strong run there from New Zealand Māori. It looked promising to make that try, adding more points to the board, but it's just to mention also our field is still a bit weird, making it difficult for our wahine to hold on to the ball. But as the day progresses, we'll get a finer day. I think the next team will be lucky that the weather will come fine.
They'll be benefiting from it. Niue now. They go to the right side and the edges. You can see the forward starting to set up in the centre. Sophia Hipa in that dummy half. She gets it out to her captain, O'Reilly Samaki. But hitting it back to the blind side. That's Petau, the second row. Ball come free. Penalty, 2 in the tackle. But it's a penalty in favour of Niue. Sophia Hipa was a little bit unsure of which favour that penalty was going in.
It was indeed. It did look like it wasn't quite sure which way it was going, but it was good. I think she kind of relaxed now.
Yep. Petau takes the first settle. Scoop from dummy half from one of the winger centres, actually. That's English Siale. And the balls come free. But it could be a back-to-back penalties for Niue. Both our referees just having a kōrero. 2 in the tackle. It's still 6-0. This is a very close match.
It is a very good, strong side for this, our under-14, the New Zealand Maori and Niue. A very, very good, solid teams here.
So O'Reilly Sam Aki takes the hit up wearing the number 6. Sophia Hipa Tamiao scoots. Markers weren't ready. The A defender was there though. O'Reilly at dummy half. She looks up. There's a call from the sideline. And the call is a knock on against Niue. I thought the ruck was a little bit messy myself. An area that needs to be worked on. And not necessarily from the players. Might talk to Tota. No, leave him alone. That's why you're a commentator. You're not the ref.
Just a reminder that was Horny, okay? Yeah. I was a good boy. 4 minutes remaining into the first half.
Coming off the back of the scrum. Who else would it be? It's JJ Wycliffe.
Oh,
Wycliffe. Nothing in front of her.
No one's there.
Wonderful chase
Still
though from
chasing.
Kaylin Marie Latimer, the number 2. She made her work the whole way. Try time, JJ Wycliffe.
Fantastic run there from New Zealand Māori. 3 minutes remaining into the first half. 25-minute halves. And just a lovely day to be here in this year's PYC 2023 Women's Festival. Ngā mihi to also to our community and to our coaches and managers as well, you know, for preparing our wahine toa, as I mentioned, from day one, our wahine toa, our tupulanga for this year. You know, as you mentioned, highlighted earlier, Hone, a great opportunity for our girls this PYC. It's their second year and a gateway to get into their professional career, into the premiers, as well as the pro teams, and that is the future where it is ahead for these girls.
It's special. This is really special, this festival. You know, these girls have played football week to week in their club grades. They've played for the national provinces. This time it's an international representation of their nation.
Well, you've been here. This is my first time being out to this PYC. You've been here for so many years, with as well as the boys, and you know, you're being out there. So you practically know nearly all of these teams. So the back to, you know, you can just blind. So I'm still slowly learning their half of this team, and from day one, it's been fantastic being here, Hone.
You know, one of the highlights of these festivals is the relationships that are built, not only between the players, but between the staff, the management, the referees, right through to the organisers of PAC, Pasifika Aotearoa Collective. As we see, JJ Wycliffe converts her try right in front, takes our score now, Aotearoa New Zealand Māori 12-0 ahead of Niue.
You know, the good thing about these tournament, Hone, I almost polish my boots to be out on the field there, you know, just bringing back memories, that wanting to get out there and, you know, to awhi our girls, but also want to play, because you're still young. Don't forget, we're still young there, Hone.
Funny you say that. I've got my referee shirt on.
I
was waiting for the call-up, but they said no, high performance to space as we get back into the action.
Yes.
Just want to acknowledge the delegate onto the PAC board, Phil Tasmania from Niue. Really passionate when he watches all of his girls, not just the 13s or the 14s, but right through each grade. Phil Tasmania, ever present, ever vocal, but ever supportive of his nation. He's really happy He's really happy with the progress Niue has made. As we come back into the action now, as Sadie Popata turns it over. Niue come up with the ball. This is Araya over shifts the ball out. They're keeping it alive. We're counting down to the final minute of the match, of the first half, I should say. Tota, the referee indicating 0 tackle off the turnover. And here's Araya over in at dummy half is Lyric Matangi Tupu. Tupu finds her forwards. Wonderful step here, good footwork. Testing the defenders. This is Te Ai o Titia Halatau. Matangi Tupu. Dummy goes, holding on. Wide ball, it's a good pass. This is Kayla Marie Latimer. Oh, the linesman just saw a foot hit the line. But a wonderful pass there to set that break up. As we count down to the final few seconds of the first half.
And there
we have half time.
That is the full time for our under 14s girls, New Zealand Maori, Niue.
We are looking for teams to play through to the final, which kicks off later on this afternoon. The under 14s girls kick off with that one as out one here on field number 1. And we'll take a look at what's coming up in the next round. On field number 2, and the next round is the under 15s grade. Samoa take on Cook Islands. And on field number 1, Aotearoa New Zealand Maori under 15s. They take Kapulatonga. These matches with the under 15s kick off at 11 time now. 10:26. What an Atamari, welcome the Pasifika Youth Tennis Festival here at Auckland Park, home of the Mangere East Hawks.
Welcome back to the live coverage of the PYC 2023 Under 14s match. New Zealand Maori versus Niue. It's been an exciting day for our day 3, and it is the final day. Very shortly we will name our next team that are coming up, our under 15s, very, very soon. It has been a wonderful morning indeed. No mai hara mai. Talofa lava ma lo lava le soifua. Great to be here and witnessing this exciting day. It's the Pasifika Youth Cup Festival. It's been a fantastic showcase of the incredible sporting talent that exists with our Pacific communities over the past 3 days. There's been some truly impressive performance from our young girls, and when they go on to represent their countries in the international stage. As 25-minute halves for our young girls to... it's just been amazing. They've been speechless. So just earlier on, just before our under-14s, was our under-13s, New Zealand Maori Niue, and then following on from our under-14s, New Zealand Maori and Niue. So far, New Zealand Maori in the lead. Looking to kick off New Zealand Maori. And yes, it is now game on.
Not the ideal start there for Niue. Off the restart, referees identified a knock on.
Unhappy Niue, look to be unhappy for that call from the ref, but it's just those little errors, and that's what I love about these refs. It is very difficult for them sometimes to spot that, but when they're on, the ref will really put on that fair game. So
no leniency from the referees, and it shouldn't be like that.
No, exactly.
We are at high performance. We are at international, and so every little thing matters. As we see the captain Revei Ngahu feed the scrum, mousetrap play. Sadie Popata, back door, opens things right up for Jada Waitere. As Waitere settles the first tackle off the back of the scrum. Aotearoa New Zealand Māori now. Meters out. Ball comes free. Niue turn it over. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a penalty for offside here. No, the referee indicates knock on. Original call, scrum feed, favour of Niue. So the final for this match, for this grade I should say, under 14s, takes place at 1 p.m. today. We've got to get to the end of this round to determine who makes it all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
As Niue continue to battle, continue to play what's in front and simplify their play. But Aotearoa New Zealand Māori, big defence. Revei Ngahu right amongst it. This looks like Ario Va'a. Mātangi tupu at dummy half for Niue. Hitting the ball up now is Aralia Petau. She's been really busy, Aralia. Every ruck she's got her hands on the ball. Every set. Fifth and final indicated by Toda. This is O'Reilly Sam Aki with the kick. Gets the grass. That's a good kick.
Niue was hoping to get a hold of that ball. Unlucky.
And referee does indicate it was a knock on there, and so he's just indicating play the ball, but he calls time up for player injury. He did stop time, or he did stop the game. The time won't stop, it'll continue, as there is another match following this one, where we turn our attention to the under 15 girls. But referee Toda just calling time. The duty of care is player welfare. And at times people do forget that the refs are upholding the rules for the safety of players.
Yes, and that is one of the biggest main thing is the well-being and welfare of our players there, Hone, and very strongly. So far, too many injuries and being ignored. So now this is one of crucial when it comes to our wahine and our tupulanga for this year's tournament, and right across the board as well, not just the wahine, but right for all sport. Yeah. And this is a prime example. So it's been amazing.
I'm really happy that neither side are complaining about time not being used to play the game. You know, both sides, all players from both sides were clearly understanding that someone was hurt, and so we will stop.
No, yes.
But we're happy. Estera Winter Satini gets to her feet. She gets to walk back to her team as her team take care of her.
That's a good sign.
As we are aware, unlimited interchanges. And Niue and the under 14 girls have a squad of 19, and all 19 can take the field. As we return to the match, knock on was the call, and so Aotearoa restart with the play to ball. This looks like a big hit up here. Strong run, strong carry. Revenga Heu, the captain, bringing her forwards onto the ball. Another dominating run. They're starting to build momentum, the Aotearoa side. That was Star Clark. Starian. Breaking the line.
Breaking the line.
With Desana Phillips-Humes.
Niue Gooding putting on that defense, making sure New Zealand Māori not scoring.
Kili Reina Raya finds her centre, Pewhairangi Ashby. 16 for them.
New Zealand Māori seeing there was a gap. They had the numbers outside.
And it is given the try there for Aotearoa New Zealand Māori. 15 as Jada White did it. So she gets her name on the scoring sheet. Takes our score now. 16 points to 0 with the conversion to come. I could be mistaken there. 16 on the team sheet is Ngāmata Cullen. But we return back to the action. I can tell everyone wants to cut the tree, but you can't do that. You can't turn up to the venue and just cut the tree down because it's in the way. So through our voices, we'll walk you through the play.
I don't think Papa Tunuku would love that.
Neither would Tani. But this is JJ Wycliffe. Oh. And you can see the trainer, Obi Miru, alongside referee Tauta Tauta. Which one's which? JJ Wycliffe makes the attempt, but conversion's unsuccessful. Keeps our score, Aotearoa New Zealand Māori 16-0 ahead of Niue. So get away from our referee, Tauta Tauta. Been fortunate to be in a few tournaments lately as ground announcer, and the space of all spaces, you know, take nothing away from anyone else. But if you ever go into a briefing with the referees, that's the place to be, my mate. The humour, the energy, the comedy.
I bet. Yep, you got to. You got to have that sort of humour when it comes to the sport. It takes a lot out of you.
It's a place where you thoroughly enjoy things. As we return to the action, JJ knock on there. I think she's looking into the sun. And so Niue able to identify that one. Putting up a high restart. Forcing a turnover. And so Niue they're attacking there in the centre of the field. O'Reilly Samaki, the number 6, is out here, directing her troops. She gets the ball now. That's Soraya Ngatuakana. Shifts it out to Latimer. Latimer Tohilima. Or I should say Kylan Marie. Latimer Tohilima. But it's a turnover off the first tackle from the scrum. Didn't stay in the field of play, and so Revei Ngāheu for New Zealand Māori, she is a co-captain of this under-14 side. Her whānau be happy and proud of her, Revei. And she taught me her name, whānau, and so I'm happy to make sure we're pronouncing it correctly. Many times I've mistaken player's name and had to apologise. But as you see them come through, you start to build that hononga. You learn their whakapapa and uphold their mauri. But back into the action. Aotearoa New Zealand Māori off the back of JJ Wycliffe with that hit up. But storming onto the ball. Looks like Starry and Clark. Man, she can run. Scoop from Sadie Popata in that dummy half. Aroa mai, Keely Reina Raya. But it's a fumble.
Unlucky for New Zealand Māori. Niue looking to, wanting so, they're so keen to want to put the score on the board, putting the pressure on New Zealand Māori, forcing them those errors.
Something's going on upstairs.
I think it's
moving.
I think it's the island. Oh yeah, the island vibes. For this year's tour PYC tournament.
It's the current, The current.
The Tawhiti Mātea was too strong, shaking our caravan this morning.
Unlucky now for Niue. They've done some wonderful work defensively, but they've turned it over off the first tackle.
What I love about the New Zealand Māori side so far, even from the under-13s, they know how to put pressure on Niue. Just watching that earlier and then coming into here for the under-14, and it's been the same thing as well. New Zealand Māoris know how to put the pressure on for Niue.
As Revei Ngāheu brings it out to Kobe Ataro off the backdoor play. Renoa move from touch. Here's Revei yet again. She looks out, she shifts the ball. Spaces open up wide, and the referee Tota is right in front of it. He's seeking confirmation. Oh, they're unsure. Well, they are sure. They just want to make sure. As Tota indicates to us, try is disallowed. It's a knock-on turnover. Play the ball. Knock on in goal, so turnover now to restart the match for Niue. Missed opportunity there for Aotearoa New Zealand Māori.
Totally missed opportunity there. They were looking pretty good and sharp from that, but it's just those handling errors that really do cost them. Niue looking to attack really strongly, putting the points to the board.
As Niue hitting it up to Aio Titia Halatau with the headgear on. There she goes. She's still moving. Wonderful run from Te Aio Titia. Penalty. Holding down on the tackle. Niue get the benefit off this. I'll take the quit tap and go, and sure enough they do. There's Te Aio again, putting some footwork on the Māori defence. Lyric Matangi Tupu at dummy half. She finds Samaki. That's O'Reilly Samaki. And here she goes again, O'Reilly. Getting heavily involved. Kaiwali Lukitau, the halfback, number 7. As they shift it back to the centre of the field. It's Alia over up. Settle things down for Niue. O'Reilly wants the ball. Dummies the inside, the cutter. Tries to offload in the tackle. And diving onto it is Inglesi Siale. But a knock-on indicated there from Toda. Scrum feed, Maori ball. Kick-off for the final of the under-14s takes place today at 1 p.m. As Aotearoa Māori. Well, we can see the play here off the screen. I think the cameraman was just having a little bit of lunch. As we return to the action, JJ Wycliffe. She's already got a try in this match. She scoots from dummy half. You can see the referee on the sideline, the official. Aotearoa Māori passing the ball, keeping it alive. It is a recount. He did see the indication. And so Rive takes a dash herself.
That was a good step. Maggie.
Takes 3 to bring her down. She can get to her feet quickly with the platable. They'll build momentum off it. Short there. Wycliffe Ngahu. Looks like Sadie.
Good tackle there from Niue, Soraya Ngātuakawa, number 4.
Action taking place on the field. These young girls very passionate to represent their sides. But we don't want this stuff involved in our game. As we do see our match officials and parents coming on, but it's all for the good benefit of stopping the action. Just our young girls are very passionate. They've been together for 3 days. So a bit of energy coming out. But no need for it in our game. As we do see the girls now hugging each other, making up. Forgiveness being given. Apologies being made.
8 minutes remaining into the second half. As our halves are played in 25 minutes. And, unlucky. It's just a slight little incident. You can tell the pressure for this tournament. Each teams are wanting to be in the finals there, Hone, as you can see. So that frustration there, whatever that is. But shouldn't be in and out on the field, but that's what it is with these games. Putting the pressure on can take it out a lot out of you.
Yeah, come on, Wilby.
And as we do see our match officials taking control of the game, they're just discussing what would be the appropriate call, or which infringement they'll identify first. As the manager from both our sides also went onto the field, our lady managers, which is awesome because it shows the growth and the need for wahine in our game. There's nothing against our men, but for the voice of a wahine, a calming, at times calming voice. And at times when you know Auntie's on the field and you're in trouble.
Well, that's it. You don't want Auntie with the wooden spoon, mate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But our coach, our referee, I should say, start talking to the Māori captain, explaining what decision is going to be made. And, of course, he'll be explaining to her, you need to calm your team down. You need to maintain the mana, the integrity of the sport.
That's it. And for the three-day tournament, they've been doing extremely well, our wahine.
Coach from Aotearoa New Zealand Māori just made his way on the field alongside the board chair of Niue. And all coming on just to bring clarity, just to bring safety and well-being to the game. You can see our coordinator for our festival, Hengi Fusi Tua, bringing the control back into the hands of the referee. He's asked the management, please leave the field. We leave it in the hands of our referees. We've entrusted them to look after the player welfare, and so leave it to them. Wonderful, wonderful coordination. As we look now, it looks like it's going to restart with a penalty in favour of Niue. There is a sin bin. There is a sin bin taking place on field 1. She is from Niue. We won't need to whakama or embarrass her, but referee did give an indication for sin bin. But we will restart the match. As Niue make their way up the field. They've got a lot to play for. They're down to 12 players on the field, but that means nothing to them. It's the pride of Niue that they're playing for and they're representing. And so they're working very tirelessly. They're working tirelessly out of their own half. They've held on to the ball. Tupu, that's Lyric Matangi Tupu in that dummy half. Big defense from Aotearoa. As Tupu feeds it out. Shifts the ball out to Kaiwali Lukitau. It's Kaylin Marie Larama Tohilima now. Lukitau, that's Kaiwali Lukitau, steps, breaks through. Standing in the tackle, Kaiwali. Niue making good progress here in the set. Here's O'Reilly Samaki.
Looking to kick deep.
Attacking the ball is JJ Wycliffe, but Niue, look at their defensive line right amongst it.
Getting into it.
There goes O'Reilly yet again. O'Reilly Samaki. Plenty of support for her from Alia Ova'a on the tackle. Massey played the ball. Should be a knock on. And yes, Toda was right there.
Right in front.
The
pressure. New Zealand Maori. Niue trying to make amends after that. Just a little incident. They know they're under pressure. Man short, as you mentioned earlier. They're Hornet. They're looking to make a comeback on this.
Good work from Niue. They are down to 12, and look at them. They've made some defensive pressure onto Aotearoa. And they forced the turnover. Kaiwali Lukitau feeding the scrum now. On the back of the scrum is O'Reilly Samaki. She picks the ball up. She finds Soraya Ngatuakana. This is Tupu, dummy half.
Unlucky. Niue.
Ball not going to hand. Went to Ranginui above. So a tough one to bring in.
Niue were looking to put score on the board. The pressure from New Zealand Maoris. 2 minutes remaining into the second half. It's been a phenomenal tournament for our under-14s. PYC 2023. The ball's still in play, which is good for New Zealand Maori. Just confirmation there from the linesman.
Kili Reinaraya, Ravenga here, inside ball, finding her back row, Star Clark, or Starian. Taking it from dummy half is Kili Reinaraya. 16 for the Māori, Ngāmata Cullen, according to the team sheet. But I don't think that's Ngāmata. I know it is, she plays for Ngongutaha. Scooting out of dummy half is 14, Ali May Taylor. And it looks like they cross over for try. been a while between both our tries here. And so Aotearoa New Zealand Māori extend that lead to 20 points as we come down to the final 2 minutes.
Waiting for the conversion. You know, what I've seen so far with some of these teams, I see there's a mixed culture in each of each pool and each team. I was just amazed with some of these names that are in there and the determination in representing not only the culture, but it must have been a pressure for them too, which side they're going to choose to go on. And I was actually quite surprised with some of these names.
Well, they're bringing everything they can, eh? You know, we've talked about it. This is high performance. This is international. As we see the conversion unsuccessful there by JJ Wycliffe. As we return to the action, it's Niue versus Aotearoa New Zealand Māori. And that takes us into full time, ladies and gentlemen.
And that is it for Field 1. Our under-14s, New Zealand Māori versus Niue. New Zealand Māori coming up with the win. Very strong game from both teams. It's been a fantastic day for this year's 2023 three-day tournament as we are on the final day. Very soon we're going to have the finals of the under-13s coming up. And it will be, so far, yes, as it is. Like I said, it's so lost for words. As you heard there, Hone, who's been in amongst this tournament for years. And lovely to be here to acknowledge some of these teams as 5 island nation to compete for this three-day tournament. It is the final day. We've got New Zealand, Māori, Niue, Tonga, Cook Islands and Samoa. And very soon we're going to have the under-13s final.